This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Christine Wedge from Alpena County Library. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
And tax forms. I know it's that time of year. Where are we with tax forms?
Time that everyone's asking, and I don't have them yet, but I'm always hoping that they're coming. And we hear occasionally from the IRS. They send us dates that they say they're going to send them. So I'm hoping that we'll have them this coming week. But I would say to everyone, before you drive into the library, if it's not close by for you, please give us a call and ask us if we have them. We'll tell you as soon as they're available, but I hate for people to make any kind of a trip if they're not sure that we have them. I will say, though, that for low-income senior filers, AARP has for several years done a tax preparation service for low-income seniors, and those are e-filed, so they don't need the forms.
Okay.
And that is available on Mondays and Saturdays from 9:30 to noon, and on Wednesdays from 4 to 6:30.
First come, first serve?
First come, first serve. It is a service for low-income senior filers, so if you're not a senior or not low income, it's really not targeted for you.
Okay.
And they will e-file right there on the spot, so bring all your paperwork because it goes right then.
Okay.
And then hopefully we'll have the forms. As soon as we do, we'll put them out. But
well, if not, you can go online and get the printable forms. You have to pay for the copies, but
right, you certainly can print them online, and that's what some people are coming in and doing. I know that it can be a little tough to look at the tax tables online, and even printing them can be a little bit
well,
tricky.
I'm near the top of the tax table, so it's really, I don't have to leaf through it very far.
I don't have to go that far in, exactly. I'm in the same boat.
Okay, and cooking with Eric, it's going to be crock pot cooking.
It is, just because, you know, it's been cold the last little bit here, and so some great recipes that you can put on to simmer early in the day and have dinner ready when you get back. We have been, I know you've already heard that we've been doing a live video feed at those events, so not only can you see Eric up there preparing the food, but if you're sitting in the back and it's a little bit hard to see him, we do have a screen and a camera with a live feed to make it a little bit easier to see everything that he's doing. So that's been a neat little experiment for us, and we've had really terrific attendance at those.
Good, and you get free recipes and you get samples.
You get a little taste of everything that he's made, and you know, I went to one of them recently, and what's really neat is Eric doesn't just explain how to make this recipe. He really talks about if you like a smokier flavor, you probably want to add these kinds of things. Or, you know, sometimes he said the other day he was making soup and he said he added certain ingredients to clarify the flavors. And I'll tell you, when he listed the things that he would add, they were things that would never occur to me to put in a soup, but they did make a difference in the flavors, even though I couldn't taste that specific. I think he said he sometimes puts in a little bit of Dijon mustard, which you can never taste it, but he said it just clarifies the other flavors and makes them pop a little bit. So it's not just how to make this recipe, it's really a little bit about how to enhance all the recipes that you cook. You can take what you learn from him and kind of transfer it.
Very good.
So yeah.
Preserving family documents.
Right, Marlo Broad from Special Collections on February 25th will kind of walk people through, you know, scrapbooking has become really popular in the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe, and people are more aware of preserving older documents, even from their parents' generation. And I'm sure we've all had it that we put some pictures in one of those PVC albums and it ate all the ink right off the photos. So Marla will talk about how should I preserve photographs, how should I preserve older books and little treasures from when the kids were young and stuff like that. And what exactly does it mean when something's archival quality, and how much more should I pay for that, and when is it appropriate to buy that kind of stuff. So just all those kinds of things. If you're interested in keeping that stuff for future generations, that'll be a great class. It's completely free, but Marla would like folks to call and sign up. And that's on Monday, February 25th at 6:30.
356-6188.
Exactly, yep.
And then Thunder Bay Junior High Book Club.
This is a new thing that we're trying. You know, we have the Summer Book Club, which is pretty much elementary school, and we're going to try it with middle schoolers. So we're going to send out information at the middle school, but if you know a middle schooler, invite them to participate. This one, the very first one, will be February 23rd. That's a Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a snack and talk about The Giver by Lois Lowry, and I think that'll be a nice program and kind of interesting. And I've talked to the person who's going to coordinate that, it's Ann Harity, and she's got some really terrific books lined up for the kids.
Okay, and then Solar Car Day.
Thursday, February 28th, 3rd through 5th graders have a chance to make and race a solar car from a kit. It's limited attendance because we're going to buy the kits, individual kits for each kid, and give them some dinner on that night, because the 28th is a Thursday.
Okay.
And that starts at 5 o'clock, and it's for kids in 3rd through 5th grade, but you do need to call pretty quickly and get signed up, and that's, again, 356-6188.
Okay, character breakfast.
Just a couple things coming up in March. On the 16th, we have a character breakfast. You know, that's when we have folks dress up like Clifford the Big Red Dog, or Curious George, or Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or Dorothy. And we have 2 brunches, I think at 10 and noon. And the characters just kind of walk around and greet the kids, and it's really fun. It's targeted to preschool through 5th grade. You know, you can imagine the younger elementary school kids are the ones who get really excited.
And you have to register for that for sure.
You definitely have to register for that, yep. And the Friends of the Library are hosting the 2nd annual Community Spelling Bee, so we're looking for teams of good spellers. It's a really fun evening, and it's completely free to participate, and it raises awareness of READ, our adult literacy program.
Maybe we'll get our next guest, J.R. Rodriguez from Thunder Bay Theater, to come and be in the spelling bee.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I will invite him myself personally.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, lots of fun things going on at the library. Just stop by. Many things we haven't even mentioned. It's the busiest place in town. We do have some computer classes starting.
We do, yeah.
Everything from basic to a little more advanced.
Right. We've got social media, we've got intermediate and basic word processing, and spreadsheet usage. And if you're really just like, I don't know, every time I turn on that computer it seems like it gives me another crazy message, we have some really beginner classes and some classes about internet use and security on the internet.
And there's a small fee for those, and you must pre-register.
Right, because number one, they do fill up fast, and on the off chance that they don't fill up, then we cancel them. We don't hold them if there's not enough people signed up.
Okay, get all the information from this and much more on the website, which is
www.alpenalibrary.org.
or 356-6188.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to talking to you next month.
Thanks, Nancy.
I'll be right back with some information from Thunder Bay Theater following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last 2 guests are both from Thunder Bay Theater. I have Mac Fountain and Kevin Ray Johnson. Hi and welcome.
Hello.
So you've not been on the show before, so I'm going to start with you, Mac. Tell me what brought you to Alpena, Thunder Bay Theater, a little bit about your acting experience to date, and what your favorite roles are. Can you remember all that?
I think so.
Okay.
I was born in Alpena, so I've been here all my life.
Oh, okay.
I've started acting at Thunder Bay Theater when I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
So it's been
Couple years.
5 years, I think, about. Well, more than that. But my favorite role so far has been Mark in Rent, which Kevin was in as well.
Okay. Very good. Kevin Ray?
I contacted Thunder Bay this past summer. I was very interested just in their summer season. And then I was contacted by the artistic director, J.R. Rodriguez, to come down and do Rent for Thunder Bay. Before that, I have just been doing what a typical actor in his mid-20s does, is making his rounds. Before I was in Alaska for a stint. I was in Pennsylvania, and I was in New Jersey performing in a show called Next to Normal. That probably, I would say, to this date has been like my favorite role. So,
very good.
Yeah, it's a role called Dr. Madden. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So now what after Thunder Bay Theater?
What after Thunder Bay Theater? Right now I'm going to be in Iowa.
Okay.
And then Alaska again.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after that,
who knows?
Who knows?
That's wonderful. That's what I always admire from the actors, especially from Thunder Bay Theater. You just always have a wonderful attitude, come and go and have fun, enjoy life every day. That's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Can't ask for much more than that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And today we want to talk about life. Wait a minute. I'm drawing a blank again.
A
year with Frog and Toad. Okay, and you're Frog and you're Toad. Okay, tell me about the play.
Frog and Toad is based on the children's books, the Frog and Toad children's books. I think they kind of like, Robert and Willie Reel, the creators of the show, kind of mesh all the books together in a 2-act musical, and it's basically based on the friendship of Frog and Toad. You see them go through a year, through the fall, the winter, the spring, and all the obstacles they have to deal with, and basically pretty much frog reeling Toad in all the time because he's definitely the optimist and I'm the pessimist.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just a very fun children's story. The one thing I will say that I kind of do disagree a little bit on is they call it a children's show, but I personally feel that this show is for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So come and see it and have fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about your role.
Oh, I'm Frog, and out of the two, he's much more of the optimist, like he said, but he's also a lot more just relaxed, as opposed to Toad, who's a little more pessimistic and kind of neurotic and just easily excitable, where I'm more, hey, how's it going?
Is there a moral of the story?
Friendship is just can come in any shape and form. I think pretty much that's the main moral of the story. Like, friendship can come in any way of life, and because like you see, it's a frog and a toad, and like you like, you know, if you look at it in a certain way, you're like, what problems could these little animals have?
I'm thinking snakes.
Snakes, besides running from, like, you know, people that want to eat them. But like, yeah, you can just, like, friendship comes in any way, like, you know. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about costumes?
Hannah Mecke designs the costumes, and this young lady is just wonderful. She is going so hard. She's always on the move, like, because we have these work calls during the day, and she's always on the move, sewing, working on things. She's doing such a wonderful job with that. It's always, this isn't the first time I've done a show. It's always a big show when it comes to costumes, and for one person, she's phenomenal.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the set? What's that look like?
Set, I think, looks like a children's storybook. Like,
Ooh.
we have Frog and Toad's house, which is where most things happen, but we also have a pond. We can make a sled out of some blocks, and then on the back wall we have a painting of like trees and grass and
Oh, perfect.
just cute kid things.
Okay. And so it's just the two of you in the production then?
It's us two. It's some other core company members. Hannah Mecke, she's playing a bird in it.
Okay.
LaShawn Bell, who played Tom Collins in Rent.
Okay.
He is going to be playing Father Frog. We have Zachariah J. Clement, who will be playing the large and terrible frog.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have Connor Larkin playing a bird, and Sandy Schmidt playing another bird.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and then the rest of the show is filled with children, of the Alpena community.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And what kind of music are we going to hear?
It's a very jazzy New Orleans feel to it,
Oh,
but it's
yay.
also very like gentle and storybookish and things like that. But like a lot of the big numbers, you kind of get that like saxophone, that jazzy feel to it. It's a really unique show.
Okay.
Yeah.
The music is definitely not like for kids to sing. It's
Okay.
definitely difficult, but
Yeah.
Okay.
it's great to hear. Everyone's doing a wonderful job.
And these kids are just.
Amazing.
These kids are like, it's the first time. I remember I was talking to JR, and he was telling us like there are gonna be kids in the show, and I was like, oh, because I toured with the show last year, and I performed it in Maryland back at school, and when I said that kids were gonna be, I was like, oh wow, but then like they completely have just gone far and beyond what I expected.
You're never supposed to act with animals and children, remember that. Well, we have just enough time left to tell us when we can come to Thunder Bay Theater to see it, please.
It will be opening next Friday,
Okay.
February 15th.
And then we'll be closing the next Sunday, which would be the February 24th.
Okay, so call ahead and make reservations. A great thing for grandparents to bring the grandchildren, parents to bring your children, teachers to get a free pass from school and bring the kids over to see it. A good time to see professional theater in our own backyard.
Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Yes, you may.
It is being directed by Courtney Marshall,
Okay.
and it's getting music directed by Caitlin Borky. These are two Alpena High School students, and
Oh,
when being a working actor for these young kids, it is inspiring to see how bright and how intelligent these two young girls are. They are doing a phenomenal job. They are doing such a wonderful job with the show, and the show wouldn't be nothing without these two 17-year-old girls. And I'm being very serious about that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Alpena has some tremendous talent, and including you in that. Well, I want to thank you both very much for being here. Call, make reservations. 354-2267 is the number to call. Get those seats reserved because they're going to go fast. Thank you both very much for being here, and I'm looking to hearing all the great reviews.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Jointon following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk the Town. With me this morning is ACC student athlete Alex Shamora. Good morning, Alex. How are you?
Good, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. You have quite an interesting story, and you want to talk to our audience about a fundraising effort. Where would you like to start?
Basically, we are just looking for some donations to help us get some new travel gear, equipment, and just some warm-ups. And the banner, we're making a banner, so whoever donates will put their name on the banner. It could be personal or business. And depending on how much they donate to us, that'll determine the color on the banner and where it's placed, the location.
Now talk about who's we.
The softball team,
Okay.
the team itself. And with it, it'll travel with us to all of our away games and be on our dugouts at our home games. So it will be dispersed all the way down to Detroit, like Detroit area. So that'll be nice. And we're also going to put a picture with the team holding the banner and thanking our sponsors in the paper.
Okay, great. So you're raising money for these things. How much are you looking to raise?
We're hoping to make at least enough because most warm-ups are quite expensive. It's like about $50 just for like most nice warm-up jackets. So with 13 girls on the team, it's going to be a little bit of money.
Okay. So you're not originally from Alpena, that's correct?
Correct.
Okay, so where did you come to Alpena from?
I'm originally from Omer, but my sophomore year, my family and I moved up to Fairbanks, Alaska.
Sophomore year of high school.
Yes, sir. And then lived up there. It was beautiful. Like my dad's still up there, and my mom and sisters are returning this spring. But and then we moved back down here in December because my grandpa had a heart attack and a stroke, so we came back to get him out of the nursing home.
Well, I hope he's okay.
He is. He's getting much better. Thank you.
Good. So you're back in Michigan, and you need to go to college. So you were looking for a college, and?
I was originally going to go to Phoenix, Arizona to Grand Canyon University, but things just weren't quite working out with their softball program, and I really wanted to play. And my mom actually thought of Alpena, and she called the college to check on their nursing program, and they actually said that their waiting lists are very short, and it's really easy, and I'd already been taking classes through dual enrollment from ACC. And so we basically came up, checked on the college, and the coach actually called and talked to me over the phone, and I fell in love with him instantly. And so I actually came up here, tried out, and then we started looking at houses. And next thing I know, I'm signing my letter of intent and buying a house up here and getting ready to go to college.
You are very organized, Alex.
Thank you.
So it was the softball team that originally attracted you to Alpena?
Yes, sir.
Oh. And then we just happen to have a nursing program that fits your academic needs as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, great. So you've bought a house in the area as well?
Yes, my parents bought the house. Like my mom bought the house, and so I'm kind of making payments on it as I go. So that way it'll eventually, hopefully, be in my name within the next couple years.
Well, that's a great investment at this time.
Yes.
Yeah. So what else is going on? You wanted to be a part of the volleyball team next year? Is that what you told me?
Yes. I talked to the coach, and he was interested. I haven't played since high school, which I mean, it's one season off, but I'm actually trying out this Sunday with a lot of new girls, and so I'm really excited. I have a couple friends that played last year on the team, so it'll be fun to just enjoy working out with them and challenging myself into a higher level of a sport that I enjoy.
Great. What position do you play on the softball team?
I got signed as a pitcher, but I'm looking at being backup catcher this year and hopefully wherever else the coach puts me.
Oh, great. How are you as a batter?
Last year, in my senior year, I hit 8 out of the park, and I was the leading batter on the team.
Well, great. Sounds like you have some athletic credentials.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how do you see Alpena now that you've been here for a semester? What do you like about the college and the area?
The town actually reminds me a little bit of Fairbanks in Alaska, except it is smaller. But the people, like the friendliness of the people and the open arms and just how the town's laid out, it really reminds me of there, and I loved it there. It felt like home. So it's really nice. I love the college. I love how small it is, and I love that you can get to know the teachers. You have small classes, so you get to know everyone in your classes, and you just get to enjoy. It's very homey.
Well, great. I found that be the truth. When I came here 12 years ago, people were very friendly, very accepting. It's a very nice, warm place. So what else is going on? How are your classes?
Great. I'm taking physiology, microbiology, and some English and language and reasoning. So busy schedule.
I can say those first two classes are quite a load there.
Yeah, they're not too bad. I've been getting tutored, so I can actually make sure I learn the stuff.
That's important. So how are your classes going?
They're actually going really good. I really enjoy them. I love my instructors. They're very smart and wise, and I love actually talking to them outside of class. Actually, Mr. Bellows, my physiology instructor, hopefully is going to be training me to do a bike race that I'm doing this summer.
Wow. So volleyball and softball just isn't enough workout for you, huh?
They have a bike race in Alaska every summer, and it's called the Fireweed, and we're actually going to do, I'm part of a 4-team relay, and it's 400 miles. So it's through the mountains, in and out of a town, and we're going to do it in less than 48 hours.
Wow, that is quite a workout.
Yeah, so my dad and I are doing it, and then 2 people that he works with.
So what took your family up to Alaska in the first place?
Dad just basically got a job offer, and they're like, let's go. So we packed up and sold our business and moved in 2 weeks.
Wow, what was your business, if I can ask?
Sundays afternoon, the ice cream parlor in Omer.
Oh, all right.
We built it when I was just little, and so I grew up working there. I started working when I was like 13 and fell in love with it, and working with people and just talking and just being around people.
Well, you talk to people very well. You have a great personality.
Thank you.
Well, we only have a couple minutes left, but why don't you talk one more time about the fundraiser that you're having for the softball team and how people can get involved?
We are trying to go to businesses around the city. We're going out in like groups with girls and just going into businesses and asking for people we can talk to. But for personal donors, they can contact the college or just send a check or whatever, and basically just get a hold of us that way. Or if they find or know someone that's on the softball team that they can get a hold of, we have papers that explain everything, and receipts that we can have so that they can also have a copy of what we are doing. Okay. And the college will send them a letter too to thank them. Great, so I'll be officially recorded. Yes. All right, well great. I think that's about all of our time, Alex. Thank you. Yes, thank you for joining me. Thanks for having me. And thank you for joining me. Once again, I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.